last week. I think this week we'll see more of what they're going to be for most of the season.
Okay, I'm going Jacksonville though. I'm going with Jacksonville. I do believe in their defense. I mean, this right here will kind of solidify it for me, with it being kind of a better quarterback in Mariota, a more established quarterback. I'll say that at least. And Blake Bortles, I like his arm. I'm not really sold on him yet, but I feel like at least with the Titans, he can still build on it. Mm-hmm. So I that's why I'm giving it to Jaguars.
All right. For me, we got Jets versus the Raiders.
Oh, this is easy.
Easy pick for me, Oakland. I'll go with Derek Carr and the Raiders in beast mode on that one. I just don't really see the Jets doing anything this year. I think they're probably going to be possibly a 3-4 win.
I was just going to say that. I was saying 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
3-4 at the most.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders as well.
Yeah, I think Oakland will take that. I don't really have to give a reason why.
No.
On that. We got Dolphins and LA Chargers. Obviously, Miami was one of those other teams that didn't get to play their game last week.
That's true.
Because of Hurricane Irma. So this will be their first week in the action. So they're well rested here, going up against the Chargers, who lost a close one at Monday night to the Broncos on a last-second field goal that was blocked at the end. So Phillip Rivers. I'll let you go. I want some more time to think on this.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man. With the Dolphins, last I checked, the Dolphins were really building their units together as a good team. I'm about to do it. You said look at who's playing who where. I want to see, because I think that this is going to be one of the games where the location really is going to take a toll on whoever it is. Let me see.
My thing, while you're doing that, my thing is with Miami, Jay Cutler. I haven't seen him in action just yet. Didn't get a chance to catch any of his preseason stuff either. But I just remember the Jay Cutler of old. And I just hope this doesn't transfer to the Dolphins. Now, we know Cutler can put up big numbers when he wants to. He has to have some good targets with Landry. And another receiver I want a lot of you guys out there to look out for is Devontae Parker. I think he's going to do some really big things this year. So look out for him. And then you got Phillip Rivers. He has Keenan Allen back, so I think that's a huge target for him.
Yeah,
I think Antonio Gates is still that sleeper, but I think Henry's kind of more of the go-to tight end over Gates. But you still can't ignore the fact that they do have Antonio Gates.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Miami. I don't think they'll win, but this will probably be one I'll get wrong. I'm gonna just go with Miami.
Going with Miami. It is gonna be in LA, by the way. It is going to be in LA.
I'm going to stay with Miami.
You're going to stay with Miami?
I don't want to be the person that rescinds my pick. I'll stand by my pick. I'm going to go with Dolphins.
Okay, go with Dolphins. I'm definitely giving it to the Chargers because it being home, I like Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is always top tier, at least regular season quarterback. Like, he's always in the highest number of rated quarterbacks when it comes to regular season. I hate the fact that postseason doesn't work out. They don't either get in there or they don't succeed well in postseason. But during the regular season, you always find shades of greatness in Phillip Rivers' performance. So I'm giving it to him. Next, which actually is one of those games that's going to be a surprisingly good one just by their first week performances. Dallas Cowboys versus the Denver Broncos. And now, for me, as much of a surprise as the Denver Broncos was because of last week, I still want to give it to the Cowboys just because I feel like their dominance right now is just, they haven't really had a true, well, they had a true match in the Giants last week. They didn't? You don't think so?
That wasn't no matchup last week with the Giants.
What?
I know Odell Beckham. Eli just didn't do anything. I think they got beat, 19-3?
Did they?
That wasn't a game, man.
Oh, it was. It wasn't a game. Yeah, that's right. So, well, this might be the game then because, consider how the Broncos surprised everyone last week. Well, surprised me at least. Mm-hmm. I still want to give it to the Cowboys, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, because the Broncos pulled out 24-21, and that was the one that ended. Was that the one? Controversial. Goal, yeah. Yep, the blocked field goal, when we talked about icing the kicker. So, yeah, I think that they do have a good defense, though. But
I'm going to go with Dallas. Trevor Siemian showed me some good things. I just don't he still has some developing to do.
Yeah.
He's the best of what they have there. Over Paxton Lynch and Osweiler's there. Denver still has a good defense. They looked okay offense. Maybe if they can run the ball with C.J. Anderson and Jamal Charles, maybe split some carries up with those two.
Yeah.
If Denver can really run the ball and control the tempo of the game, that way they'll have a good chance. But then defensively, how do you stop Zeke?
True.
So that's the thing now that Zeke is in the fold of everything and is going to be playing in every game. So now you have to game plan for his impact on the game. And then the catch by Cole Beasley. He's always that dangerous person at the slot.
Oh, yeah.
At the slot. And then you got Dez. So I just think Dallas just has a lot more at their disposal in terms of like offensive wise. And you got Prescott back there who can kind of run and pass and do different things there. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah,
they'll go to 2-0. I think they'll beat Denver.
Yeah, the only thing, the only matchup right here is just the Cowboys offense versus the Broncos defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like the Cowboys are going to succeed in beating Trevor Siemian and the run and passing core all together. So it's really going to be if Dak Prescott can get over the Broncos defense and Ezekiel Elliott can still get some good yards. It's going to be. I'm not going to call it a blowout, but they're going to take the win for me, definitely.
The next game is going to be San Francisco versus Seattle. This is probably the best thing that could happen for Seattle after losing the game the way they did. To have a matchup like this to get back in the swing of things. So I'm going to trust Russ again this week to not let me down. And I'm going to go with the Seahawks here.
Yeah, see, I'm going to actually be confident this week. Like last week against Aaron Rodgers, I wasn't confident in giving it to the Seahawks. But this week, I don't see anything in the 49ers right now to even stand a chance. Like, this one might be a blowout. Now, I could be shocked. Like I said, we did see the Jaguars and the Broncos do something I didn't expect last week. But for me, the Seahawks is too dominant to get taken over, especially defensively. The Seahawks defense is going to do something good against the 49ers of all teams. And then, of course, if Russell Wilson can, if Russell Wilson can be average, they're going to win this game.
True.
He doesn't have to play at his best for this game for them to pull out a win. Just the defense has to do their part.
So you going Seattle?
I'm going Seattle.
All right. 2 more games, Sunday Night Football. Rematch of the NFC Championship game between Green Bay and the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams are 1-0 to start the season. Both of those games, the regular season game Green Bay and Atlanta had last year was really good. It was high scoring. And then we know in the NFC Championship game, Atlanta just ran away with that.
Right.
Green Bay is my Super Bowl pick from the NFC. I think they're doing some good things right now. I like Matt Ryan too. They got a brand new stadium too, man. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I've been looking at it online, just how it looks and everything. To open up that stadium at home, it could be a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Aaron Rodgers comes in and steals the show and does it to open up their stadium. So I'm going to go with Green Bay over Atlanta. My upset special of the week on that.
The funny thing for me, I was thinking it being an upset, but in the reverse way. I think, like I said, being the Packers, especially taking over that win against the Seahawks, they're going to get stifled just by Atlanta. I don't know how. I can't really pinpoint what it is besides defense. Well, on defense, I can't pinpoint what it is. Of course, Matt Ryan is going to be a good quarterback this game. And it's going to be another quarterback shootout, what I expect it to be between Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan. Because I feel like, I do like Atlanta's defense more than Green Bay's defense. So I feel like Matt Ryan's going to do his part just because of the advantage. But being Aaron Rodgers, being a top quarterback, it don't really matter what defense you have. He's going to do his part. So,
and me with Aaron Rodgers, he's just not that pocket passer. He can throw it on the run.
Exactly.
That's what
back foot.
Usually when a lot of quarterbacks are outside of the pocket, that's when they lose their accuracy.
Right.
And the percentage of them making plays through the air goes down. But Aaron Rodgers is good with his feet at moving around, and he's precise at fitting the ball in those tight windows. And he's got really good receivers in Jordy Nelson, in Devontae Adams, in Randall Cobb, making those catches and stuff. And then you just have to keep in mind Ty Montgomery, too, out of the backfield, their running back who can catch and run, too. So I'm going to go with Green Bay to go ahead and get it.
I'm going to give it to Atlanta this game.
Okay.
That's going to be that's my pick for this week. For
Atlanta, okay.
I'm giving it to Atlanta.
All right, and the last game of the week, the Monday Night Football.
Lions
CJ
and
and his
Giants.
Believe in Matthew campaign.
It continues. I believe I'm already selling it. It's Matthew Stafford is going to get over on the Giants, and that's this week is because it's confirmed what happened last week. The Giants, besides Eli Manning, have no real components without Odell Beckham, unless they finally understand that they have to use Brandon Marshall like they use.
Yeah, that's
Odell.
what we were saying earlier.
Right.
I thought he would have more of an impact in the game, but I don't know how long Odell's going to be out. I need him back for fantasy football purposes.
Right.
But it's the Giants always do this to me. They always start out the season slow.
Yeah.
And then about midway through, they start to get traction and they start winning, and then they're there late. But right now, what he did last week was amazing last week, and I think his ability to
I feel like it's coming
throw the ball deep, and I don't know how well the Giants secondary is at this point, but
come on, go ahead.
I think the Lion is going to roar pretty loud in New York.
That puts me in a very
I don't believe in Matthew. I will say that. I do not believe in Matthew. But for this week, I think Matthew Stafford will get past the Giants.
Well,
I just think Eli is just, like you said, without Odell, it's going to be pretty difficult unless they can build a good running game.
Yeah. And
the offensive line's got to protect them, and we know that Eli's not as mobile outside of the pocket.
No,
now Matthew can, run a little bit and scramble out and make some stuff happen.
Exactly.
So I'll go with Detroit for this week to take it. So is there any more other games that we might have missed on? I think that's the whole slate for week 2.
That is. That's everything.
All the games as we know right now as it stands. CJ is 12-3 from week 1. I'm 5-10. Hopefully I can make a little comeback here. It doesn't get too far out of hand after this week.
Yeah. And we picked a lot of games together this week.
We did. We agreed on a lot this week, so it could work for me or work against me. So.
Yeah, work against me too now.
Yeah, so it just depends on how it all turns out. But Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, Houston versus Cincinnati, will get it started off.
Definitely.
Other marquee games on Sunday, 1 o'clock, New England versus New Orleans. We got for the Carolinas, since we're located in the Carolinas, we got them versus who are they going up against? The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo. I think Dallas and Denver would be pretty good. And then the primetime games with the Packers and Falcons, rematch of the NFC Championship game. And then we got the Lions and Giants on Monday Night Football next week. So that concludes our Week 2 picks. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Definitely.
Again, this is our 3rd week doing this, so we definitely want you guys to continue to tune in. Thanks for everybody who gave us a chance to view us and everything like that on YouTube or Spreaker. Thanks for all the support and everything you guys have been giving us over the past few weeks. And we want your feedback. Let us know what we can get better with. Let us know what you want to hear. We try to cover everything in sports. We want to be the go-to guys in sports for you.
Definitely. Especially if you're not up watching ESPN, we hope to be the person that you're listening to, whether you're on the road doing whatever you got to do. We hope that you tune in and listen to us, man. We thank y'all once again. For me, just of support. We don't get a lot of support, just in general, being local people, sometimes it's hard for you to get your own people to follow you. So the people that are listening, I want you to know that we truly appreciate the fact that you're tuning in for us. I mean, we are doing 3 hours, 3+ hours. I think our first time was over like